Going to stand up to the sandwich.
Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys and you ladies, this literally does not work. Whew. It is Thursday morning. We're about to hit the road and stuff here. Just getting up and getting my stuff together, and we got a long ways to go. I was actually describing the trip. For some reason, I got Oklahoma and Texas bass backwards. Forgive me for if you're in Oklahoma and you're mad, I got Texas confused with Oklahoma, and if you're in Texas and got mad, I confused Oklahoma with Texas. Forgive me. That's the kind of stuff that I do. Okay, it's been a long trip. I mean, I started out Sunday in Virginia and ended up in L.A. and at L.A. I ended up packing and moving a whole bunch of stuff, and from L.A. I ended up going. From Monday night I ended up in Vegas. Okay, and you know what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, and from Vegas there, we walked. I found Big Wizzy and all that. I got some spices, some really good spices from that Kanasada Wizzy spice from him. And from there, I ended up going to Arizona and freezing my ass off. That's right. Who does that? Who does getting your ass frozen off in Arizona? Who knew that there was freaking snow in Arizona? I didn't. I had no clue. And from there, I went to the Grand Canyon, froze my ass off in the Grand Canyon and all that. Got scared because the Lord knows that's a long way down. And then went to Mexico, New Mexico, not old Mexico, New Mexico. And then I wake up this morning and we've got news on the Dallas Cowboys. I wish I had some rum for my coffee because this literally just blew my mind away. So Jerry Jones said to us that, when you own your own business, when you own your own company, you can't fire yourself. Actually, you can't. You can basically bring somebody else in that knows what to do to clean the mess up, okay? But he says you can't fire yourself. What you have to do is you got to fix yourself. I can change. I will change. I must change. And apparently it's changing because they've been working on the defense. Now, we've been seeing things that happen, small potato things. You brought in, my man Urban, who went to, who's Canadian, so he can get along with the Canadian bulldozer stuff. He likes country music and all that, went to University of Virginia and stuff. We got Keanu. Whoa, dude. The Matrix, and we're going to make him a hybrid safety and linebacker and stuff, which is kind of cool, okay? As long as he can kind of like, dodge those offensive linemen and stuff and just kind of make those those tackles and stuff. That's real cool. That's really, really cool. And then we got DeAndre KZ, not K-Knee, because I don't know why I got K-Knee, but it's KZ. Okay, we get him. He had 10 interceptions. 10 interceptions in 2 seasons, in 2018 and 2019. That 2020, ruptured his Achilles tendon, but the Cowboys literally got him for a steal. He's costing under $1 million. He costs less money than Clinton Dix. That's right, less money than he didn't even make it out of training camp. Not even out of training camp. You looked at that and said, okay, these are some moves, okay? We got a weak side linebacker / safety. We got a safety. We got some defensive linemen who have had success stopping the run. Because Lord knows the Dallas Cowboys cannot stop the run. They can't. They haven't. But they must. You got Dan Quinn. He was part of the Legion of Boom. Well, now, I'm blown away because we've been flirting with KJ Wright. Trying to figure out if KJ Wright is right for the Cowboys. KJ seems to say it's a dream to play for the Cowboys. And finally, they pulled the trigger on KJ Wright. KJ Wright is right for the Cowboys. He signed. Now, they end up signing him for a 3-year deal with 2 avoidable years on it, but they were smart enough to go ahead and spread that money out. So I was like, okay, wow. That's freaking amazing. It's freaking amazing. Okay. I was like, Jerry, you have changed. You've made moves in free agency. We don't know if they'll pan out. But this is the one that literally you would think that this was like the coffee that I'm drinking right now. You were thinking that this stuff like had crack in it because I'm just like this right now. I'm not sure how I feel about what just happened. The Cowboys took their number one pick, number 10, along with Randy Gregory, and traded with the Chicago Bears for Kalil Mack. I'm literally in a state of shock. And I'm not sure how I feel about this because I was looking at Randy Gregory. You know, Randy Gregory was coming along really, really well. And you thought that Randy Gregory, okay, you know, they don't suspend you anymore for weed. So that means Randy Gregory should actually have an offseason or training camp with the Cowboys. And, you know, we've seen flashes of Randy Gregory do well. But then you think, Kalil Mack. But the problem with this is this, though. I'll put my coffee down before I spill it. Problem is this is a 2-for-1 deal. We're getting one that's a great player. I'm not saying that we're not. Kalil Mack is clearly a lot better than Randy Gregory. But Kalil Mack's a bit older than Randy Gregory. And the problem is we're taking kind of a strength and we're making it a super strength. Don't get me wrong. But then that means that we don't have that other pick that could be that other starter on the team. And more times than not, here's the problem with something like this. Usually, when you're on the side that ends up giving more draft picks and players to another team for one guy, it usually doesn't bode well for that team. Think about what the Cowboys did with Herschel Walker. Clearly, Herschel Walker was the only good piece we had on the team. But the Minnesota Vikings gave up too much to get him. The draft picks and the players from the Cowboys led to Hall of Famers and Super Bowl championships. Herschel Walker, Minnesota Vikings, led to the team getting nothing. You can look at the Cleveland Browns trading with the Eagles so the Eagles could draft Carson Wentz. Got to look at the Cleveland Browns in a better position now than the Eagles. You got to look at the Rams trading with the Titans to move up to get Jared Goff. Now, they got a great team, don't get me wrong. But you look at the Titans are probably the better built team from getting all of those draft picks than the Rams. The Rams have literally mortgaged their future for generations, basically, because they just keep giving up their number one picks. Kalil Mack and KJ Wright with Keanu Neal? Whoa, dudes. It's April Fool's. I want to know how many of it I got. How many did I get? How many? Okay. Happy April Fool's. I'm going to bed now. But that's a nice thing. I'm going to schedule this one for tomorrow morning. And we'll see how many people I get. I'm Mark Holmes. And I'm tired, boss. I'm real tired. And I ain't had no coffee. See ya.